A plain in Africa 200,000 years ago. Standing in the grass is a tall, weak-bodied creature. It has no claws like a lion, no speed like a cheetah, no teeth like a crocodile. Its skin is thin, its nails are useless. Any predator looking at it would think this creature won't survive the night. Somewhere in the distance, something moves in the bushes. The wind shifts direction. The creature freezes, holds its breath, narrows its eyes. This isn't fear. This is calculation. Yet the creature remains standing on its two legs. And far away, on the horizon, smoke rises into view. This creature has learned to make fire. Most people believe man became king of the earth because of a powerful body. That's not what happened. Physically, humans are among the weakest creatures in nature. No claws, no fangs, no speed, no strength. A single human, bare-handed, could be finished off in seconds by any large predator. A cheetah can run at 100 kilometers per hour. A human, even after a lifetime of training, can't come close to that speed. A lion's jaws can crush bone in seconds. A human's teeth can barely manage to peel fruit. By the laws of nature, this weak creature should never have survived. But there's a strange fact that most people never stop to consider. To this day, no species on Earth has ever made humans its regular prey. And here lies another paradox, perhaps even more surprising than the first. In nature, the weaker a creature is born, the faster it must become self-sufficient. A deer fawn starts running within hours of birth. A zebra foal stands on its own feet within minutes of being born, because if it doesn't, predators will finish it off in moments. The human infant is different from all of them. A human baby can't walk, can't lift its own head, can't reach food on its own. It remains completely helpless for months, even years. By any standard in nature, this is the most dangerous condition in which a creature can be born. Yet this is the very species whose young grow up in the safest environment of all, because humans don't live alone. Humans live in groups, in families, in communities, where the protection of a helpless child is the responsibility of the whole community, not just one mother. This is the moment where weakness, once again, turns into strength. And perhaps this is the real secret that sets humans apart from every other creature. This is worth pausing over. Lions, wolves, crocodiles, sharks, all of them occasionally attack humans, but no species makes humans a regular part of its diet. No animal wakes up planning to hunt a human. No species has, generation after generation, survived by preying on human flesh. There is no creature whose entire existence, whose entire survival, depends on eating humans. Think of all the creatures that are part of Earth's food chain. Deer eat grass. Lions eat deer. Fish eat smaller fish. Every creature is someone's food, and every creature is someone's predator, except one. There is hardly another creature in the world that is this weak and yet this safe. And the answer to that very question unlocks the real story of humanity. Humans never won through strength. Humans won through the mind. Scientists have noted that the greatest weapon of the human brain was cooperation. Weak alone, but unstoppable together. A single human can't outrun a predator, but 10 humans together can surround a lion. A single human's teeth are weak, but a sharpened stone, a spear tip, in a human's hand becomes more dangerous than the world's deadliest predator. This wasn't just about an ordinary weapon. It was about a new kind of thinking. Other predators rely on their bodies. Humans learned to rely on planning. One group would lie in ambush. Another would drive the prey in a certain direction. A third would wait at the edge of a ravine. No other creature hunted with such complex strategy. Researchers believe this was the moment humans changed the rules of nature's game. And then came fire. Fire made the night safe. Fire kept predators away. Fire taught humans to cook meat, which gave the brain more energy, which allowed that same brain to invent more weapons. Digesting raw meat used up a large portion of the body's energy. Cooked meat released that same energy, and it went straight to the brain. Over millions of years, the human brain grew rapidly in size, far faster than any other species. A weak body, combined with a fast brain, changed the entire equation of nature. And this process never stopped. First, there was a sharpened stone, then a spear, which made it possible to hunt from a distance. Now humans no longer needed to be within a predator's reach. Then came the bow and arrow, which extended that distance further. With every invention, the distance between humans and their prey grew, and the danger shrank. Thousands of years later, that same stone became a sword. That same bow and arrow became a gun. Today, a human sitting kilometers away can kill any creature without any physical risk at all. Think about that distance. Millions of years ago, a human had to look into a lion's eyes to survive. Today, A human doesn't even need to get near an animal to survive. This wasn't just the advancement of weapons, it was the complete elimination of danger. But weapons alone couldn't have done all this. Behind them stood another power, one that can't be seen, but changed everything: language. No other creature can pass on its experiences to the next generation with such detail and accuracy. A lion cub learns to hunt by watching its mother. A human child can learn to hunt just by listening, without ever seeing. How a certain animal behaves, where to find prey in a certain season, which plant is poisonous, which is safe. All this information passed down, generation after generation, through words, without each generation having to repeat the same mistakes. This is why human progress never stopped. A lion today hunts exactly as it did thousands of years ago. But human knowledge, with every generation, surpassed the last, because no generation had to start from zero. Each generation began exactly where the last one left off. This was the silent power that made a weak body unstoppable. This is where the story begins to widen. Humans hunted lions. Humans hunted elephants. Humans hunted whales, sharks, bears, every creature that was once more powerful than them. Entire species went extinct simply because a weak, two-legged creature learned how to hunt. Biologists say that within a few thousand years of humans arriving on a new continent, most of the large animals there would disappear. Mammoths, giant sloths, saber-toothed tigers. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a pattern, repeated on every continent. In Australia, in the Americas, in Europe, the same story repeated everywhere. Wherever humans arrived, the large, slow, fearless animals disappeared first because they had never faced a predator that planned. But there was one creature that no fish in the ocean ever dared to hunt. A creature so massive it would leave you stunned, equal to several elephants in weight, so long that an entire building would look small beside it. No shark, no crocodile, no predator of the sea dared go near it. It was itself the greatest power in the ocean. Its heart was so large a human child could swim through its arteries. Its tongue alone weighed as much as an elephant, but humans hunted it too. Small wooden boats, sailors armed with hand-thrown harpoons, set out after the largest creature in the ocean. They had neither its strength nor its size, only strategy, patience, and weapons, and that proved to be enough. And the astonishing thing is that humans didn't even want its meat. They extracted oil from its body, oil that lit lamps, that ran machines, that turned the darkness of night into day. The light of the great cities of that era came from that very creature's body. A creature no predator in the sea dared touch was hunted by humans for centuries purely for its oil. Its meat was often simply left in the sea. Think about this contradiction. No creature on Earth regularly hunts humans, yet humans have hunted nearly every creature, from the depths of the ocean to the peaks of mountains. Humans are the only species standing at the top of the chain without ever being part of it. And there's another difference here that people often overlook. Lions are powerful too, but lions still face danger, hunger, territorial fights with other lions, disease, losing the ability to hunt in old age. An orca is also king of the sea, but it too can be wounded, can go hungry, can grow weak. Every powerful animal in nature remains, to some degree, at nature's mercy. Humans have become almost free of that law too. Today humans have stored food, medicine, safe homes, ways to defeat diseases that once wiped out entire populations. The dangers that once affected every creature equally, hunger, cold, disease, humans have, to a great extent, brought under control. This isn't just freedom from being hunted. It's freedom from almost every danger that every other creature still endures daily. But a deeper question lies hidden here. If humans were never hunted, where does human fear come from? Fear of the dark, terror at the sound of something moving behind us, anxiety and solitude. All these feelings are inherited from a species that millions of years ago truly was hunted. In that era, every human child was born into an environment where night meant danger, where rustling leaves in the bushes could mean death. Humans who took that fear seriously survived. Those who didn't pass on their genes. The result was that fear became a survival tool, and that tool was passed down generation after generation, even long after any real threat that once caused it had disappeared. That fear still runs through our veins today, even though there's no longer any real reason for it. Humans defeated their predators, but never left their fear behind. And perhaps this is the greatest irony of all. The creature that was once the weakest is now the most powerful force on Earth. The one who once sought shelter in the forest now cuts down forests to build cities. The one who once hid to escape predators now holds power that can wipe entire species off the map. Today, there is no creature on Earth beyond human decision-making. Which forest survives, which species lives, which ocean stays clean. It's all in human hands now. This power was born from the very weakness that was once humanity's greatest flaw. So what is man, really? Not the strongest body, not the fastest speed, not the deadliest natural weapon. Man is the creature that turned weakness into a weapon, that chose cooperation over isolation, that broke, through fire, tools, and language, the law of nature which said the weak always become prey. Today, in the wild, no animal looks at a human and thinks food. It thinks danger. And perhaps this is the true definition of humanity, a creature that was once the weakest of all, and through its own mind became king of the entire earth, without ever being built to win. The question isn't who never hunted humans. The question is, now, with nothing left to hold him back, what does man think of himself? Because in nature, every powerful creature is, sooner or later, checked by some limit, except one. And perhaps that is the biggest question the human race must ask itself today. When no limit remains, where does responsibility come from?